Hello, my name's Lucina and this is my makeup tutorial. The first thing I'm doing here is putting moisturizer on my face because I am old and old faces need moisturizer. So I'm just smushing it all over, as you see, much smushing. Okay, getting it, it's all even. Okay, now I'm putting on the primer. I don't really think primer matters all that much. But I do it anyway because other people say that you should. So again, just smushing it all over. Getting it on the neck, all up on me. Now I have foundation. Now, I believe that foundation ought to be a little bit more expensive since it goes over your entire face and needs to have the right amount of coverage. So go and pick the shade, consistency that's right for you. Sephora, Ulta, those places, those people will help you. So as you see, I'm smushing it all over. The key here is time management because I'm old and I got a kid and I ain't got time for shit. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, mushing it. Much mushing. Right now, that is a concealer stick. It's consistency of lipstick, and I'm putting it over my eyebrow just to define them a little bit more. And I use the excess under my eyes, which are a little dark, just a little bit. Don't like to waste. Here I got Clinique concealer. This is more of a liquid one, and I'm just putting it on the places where I have a lot of redness or discoloration, again due to oldness. And I like to tap it with a finger because I really think it just does a better job of blending. I use brushes as well, but for the tricky places, I find the finger method works best. Just find the method that works for you. Don't be afraid to play around. I'm just here showing you guys kind of the I'm not wearing makeup but I'm wearing makeup look that is age appropriate for young and old women. So that's what I'm doing here. Okay. Again, not wasting any of that expensive ass concealer. This is like ghetto baking powder. Banana Dreams are better. I don't promote this brand. It was cheap and it does the job all right. So I'm getting some, baking it in the face, getting it around the eyes. That's where I need it the most because I have a lot of broken capillaries in my upper cheeks. So that's where I'm really pushing it in there. And I'm just going lighter over the rest of my face. Now while that bakes off, I do my, what's that stuff called? Oh yeah, eyeshadow. So putting the eyeshadow on, and I turn the light on the bottom because I kind of have darker eyes. Like darker eye meat, I guess, is what you call it. So I go over with kind of a lot of the lighter stuff. Just kind of brighten it up. Ignore what I'm saying there because I'm talking over the microphone right now. Now I'm doing a pinker one. Kind of going around the edge there. More with the pinkish. Again, trying to look like I'm not really wearing much makeup here. So using really subtle tones. Now I'm going in with this like almost grayish color. It's almost like a, I don't know, grayish khaki, and I'm putting it in the crease just to give a subtle crease, and then I add the brown at the end. And I do this because I feel like my eyes are short, so it's a way of elongating them without sort of doing a cat eye or anything that says wow, I'm wearing a lot of makeup. So as you see, I'm doing kind of a geese flying over the water V type shape, corner of the eye. And then I kind of just blending it a little bit now. Blending. And I'm going back with the white and going over right under the brow, as you can see. Just rubbing it all in there. Now here I am wiping off the excess baking powder I do a light baking because if you don't, you end up looking like the Crypt Keeper. Here I have some CoverGirl powder concealer or foundation, just that's much darker than my shade, and I actually use that for contouring, and I do it because I find this stuff a little bit more forgiving than contouring powder, a little bit easier to rub off, also has a benefit of being a lot cheaper. So I'm going around the edges of my face. Yep, I'm doing the fish face there. And now I'm getting the excess off, and I'm just doing around there. Just kind of the hairline, the temple, under the chin, around the jawline. And now here I have some blush. It's Clinique. I'm not a huge fan of this, but it does work for this video because it is a very subtle color. Now I go in a little later with a little bit more intense, but this is just to add a little glow to the face, and it helps because it tends to be a little hard. It doesn't come off easy, so it's good for subtlety. Okay, now this stuff is the bomb. It is Sephora's Color Stay. I think it's supposed to be like 18 or 24 hours. I'm sorry, I forget. But I highly recommend this stuff. It is amazing. Again, going for subtle. So I'm taking a sponge, getting rid of some of that, smooshing it in, taking the excess, and then I'm rubbing it on my cheeks to give it like a little, I'm blushing, I'm such a girly girl sort of a look. Make me look like I'm not as bloodless. Again, rubbing the excess just around the face a little, you know, just blending it all in, getting a little bit of pink, trying to look healthy. Okay, so now what am I gonna do next? Wow, what do you think? Okay, going back with this again. Now I use this to slowly build up my brows, which, as you can see, have suffered from a lifetime of overplucking. So I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of this stuff because it's lighter than my eyebrows, and then I use some more serious stuff later, but I like to build with this. You just do what works for you, but I like doing powders for my eyebrows because I actually do have eyebrows. I just like them to look a little bit more defined. That is a Wet n Wild eyebrow palette. I've had it forever and I love it. Best cheap makeup I've ever bought. So now I'm going over with that stuff. Kind of try to fill in the little bald spot I got going there at the end. Meeting up the front there because it's a little thin. The key, remember, sisters, not twins. Okay. Now, I'm adding a little something special there. Just a little bit of dark blue and black from my lash line. Just really, really subtle. By the way, this whole makeup regime takes about 15 minutes. And if you see, I'm using a really fine brush here. And I'm literally laying it almost on the lashes. It makes such a huge difference. And it looks really subtle. And the blue helps bring out the brown. Now, some people put white in the corner of their eyes. I'm discussing here how I do not do that because I feel like my eyes are close together. So here I'm wrestling with that. I'm opening it again. Believe that is Maybelline. I'm just playing with that one. And I put the white there. And I mush it in good. Much mushing. I'm kind of following that brown line, not trying to obscure it. Here I'm gently defining the nose so it looks slightly less bulbous. Now I go with the brown again, the CoverGirl Compact. Just making my nose look a little bit more ladylike, a little pointier, a little more Anglo. That's alright, you do you. Now I'm back with the concealer, and I like to line my lips with it. I know it's weird, but I do this because of my mustachio, and also because it's a weird color there, and I think it helps make the lipstick pop. So I get it right under the nostrils, use my pinkies, moving it up. Get any stray skin discoloration going over one more time. Just ignore whatever the heck I'm saying there. Cleaning off the brush with my hand a little bit. Now this is Too Faced Powder Compact Concealer in beige something. Anyway, it's amazing. I love this stuff. I like the smell of it. It smells like cocoa powder. Some people hate it. I like it. I'm going over the whole thing now. Just kind of blending everything together. Now this is this new mascara I'm using. Shake It Fresh. I think it's Rimmel. I'm not sure, but I'm not a huge fan. It gets a little cakey. I am a big fan of only going over the lashes like once. I find that I have to clean this brush a lot. It does work for length for sure and for thickness, but it gets gunky even with the shaking. So I don't like to put on too much mascara because it drives me crazy because of an eye rubber. So I'm going down and up. Now I'm setting it with NYX or NYX matte finish spray. Make sure that you shake it first. Sorry for the shitty angle in this video, but that's the best way to have my phone non-moving. I'm trying to give you guys a finished look of having hair framing the face. Let's look outside. You can see it. It's kind of a gloomy, overcast day. Yep. Here it is. I'm gonna go. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much.